Know where you don't want to live. Shed that light onto your realtor so that he can help you do that. He can help you make the best educated decision for yourself and recommend places for you. Sometimes realtors recommend places that are excellent and little neighborhoods that are excellent as well. Mistakes first-time home buyers make and how to avoid them in 2023. What are mistakes first-time home buyers make? Today, I'm going to give you some concise numbers. I'm going to give you 6 things first-time home buyers make, 6 mistakes, and how to avoid them. Number 1, making the list, not saving enough money for a down payment. One would think this is a very, very realistic issue. Well, some people don't even think about it. I would suggest to save at least 20% down. This is if you're, a homeowner, you want to buy a new home, save 20%. Make sure you can have a good down payment for your home. But if you are a first-time home buyer, you can save anywhere between 3 to 5%. I'd recommend around 7% down, and that would include closing costs and things of that sort, because it's easily forgotten that there's other fees and costs that come with home buying, not just the down payment. So save between 3 to 7%. 3.5% is for first-time home buyers. So just remember that number, 3.5% and 7% max for first-time home buyers, to include everything in that. Number 2 is getting pre-approved. I cannot stress this enough. Get pre-approved. The reason you want to get pre-approved is because you want to know where to look. You want to know what you can buy. You want to know your buy box, your budget. It's very important to know what you can afford, what mortgage payment you want to have, what is the down payment you want to make. All of this comes in with getting pre-approved, and I would use a preferred lender, either a realtor recommended lender, or if you have a personal recommendation, the other lender, and shop it around. If you trust your realtor and your realtor is doing well by you, both your realtor's recommendations. He should refer you 1, 2, or 3 different lenders so you can talk and shop it around and see who mixes and meshes well with you. So that is number 2, getting pre-approved. Number 3, not considering closing costs. I touched briefly upon this before with number 1, which is not saving enough money for a down payment. Guys, do not forget about closing costs. There's other fees that come in place when you buy a home for yourself. Number 3 is closing costs. Make sure you save enough money for closing costs. And I will go back to number 2, which is getting pre-approved. If you're working with a lender, a preferred lender, they're going to guide you throughout this whole process when it comes to the finances. They'll tell you how much your closing costs are for which property at which price. And if you have a savvy realtor, sometimes they can include that all into the loan, so you don't even have to come up with the closing costs. Guys, this is a no-brainer. Always don't forget about closing costs. Coming back to the 4th point, which is not negotiating your price. Yes, not negotiating the price. So this is a case-by-case basis. This isn't easy, this is a rule that applies across the board. This is a rule that applies to each concise situation, each negotiation, each deal. It's always different. Some properties are on the market for 30 days and you can negotiate the price. Some properties have 30 bidders on it, and I would say negotiating the price is very, very risky, because you might lose out on that property if you absolutely love it. And this is when your realtor comes into play. Your realtor is a very important person in this time when negotiating the price. They're important throughout the whole process, but this is a point where they either shine or they don't shine. So negotiating the price, they'll know the realtor, they'll make business relationships with other realtors, and they'll know how to get the best price. They'll know how to be like, hey guys, you know what? This has 30 bidders on it. I think that this is where we go at max at. They'll know the exact situation. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it'll be an escalation clause. Sometimes, your realtor will be like, this is completely overpriced. We shouldn't even offer on this property. We should wait. It'll be case by case, and your realtor, if he's very educated in the situation, very educated in the market there, he'll know exactly what to do and he'll guide you throughout the whole process. But you should negotiate the price if it's the situation that calls for it. Sometimes you can negotiate other things, and I can go into that in another video. Number 5 is home inspections. Realtors say you must get a home inspection. I think that, okay, I might get shunned by the real estate community for recommending this, and I think it's a case-by-case basis. If you have a realtor that has a background in construction, or a realtor that, I could say has had enough experience in the market, he's going to guide you, be like, hey, this property is clean, everything's been renovated. He'll walk throughout the property with you at the first showing or at the open house and say, hey, this property definitely needs a home inspection. Or you can decide if you want to take a home inspection or not, but it's not really necessary. But if you want to have one, we will put it into the offer. I've done that with clients, saved clients a bunch of money, and at the end of the day, it's just a case-by-case basis for me, in my opinion. Some properties don't need it, some properties desperately need it, and it's just it's a safety for you to have. Not only is it safety in the offer that you can back out if properties needs a whole bunch of work, you can back out and get your deposit back, but it's also, I think, it's a safety in the aspect of hey, you know what you're going to get in the next 5, 10, 15 years, what you're going to have to do. And I think that it's necessary for some properties. Some properties it's if you only want to do it. So that is is number 5, home inspections, and number 6. Number 6 is probably one of the most important ones, is location. Guys, you want to have a good location, and you want to have a location that's fit for you. You don't want to drive 2 hours to get to work. But if your budget and your buy box is, you don't get pre-approved for as much as you want to, you decide on other things. You change from one location to the other. There's a location you probably didn't even consider, properties that you didn't even think that you could afford, things like that. It's just know your locations, know your radius you want to be around, know where you don't want to live, and shed that light onto your realtor so that he can help you do that. He can help you make the best educated decision for yourself and recommend places for you. Sometimes realtors recommend places that are excellent, and little neighborhoods that are excellent as well. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Javier Hurtado Realty. If you have any real estate related questions, anything you need in real estate, even if you want to talk to me and consider your options, DM me below. My information is below, and you guys have a great time. I mean, I'm having a great time here in Mexico. Even if I'm on vacation right now, it's still a business vacation. There's a lot of opportunity here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. A lot of investment opportunities, which is why I came, really. So, peace out, guys. Peace and love. Until next time.